What's up? What's up? What's up? Gotta have a
That
flashback of the '90s with the good old Martin show going on, right? I'm your boy D Major. I'm on with my boy Jarmel, the one and only Stevie J. We represent that 808. Our sister Ebony currently having some technical difficulties, but check this out, y'all. We coming with some big energy and big necessity right now. We are talking about branding and marketing, and we have a special guest for you guys, Mrs. DC Bryson is gonna come online and she's gonna give you guys all the ins and outs about her business and how marketing and branding and everything works. We want to make sure that we brought you guys a SME, subject matter expert, to fully validate or, give additional information maybe we didn't even know about how we're marketing, how we're doing our brand and merchandise and all that other stuff. So we want to let y'all know as we come big with it, we want y'all to be ready to receive it, and we want y'all to go hard when y'all execute. All right. How you doing today, Steve?
man, brother, I'm doing good. Too blessed to be stressed.
Absolutely.
Just out here in Texas, Houston, having a good time,
Hey, you
enjoying
know
the
what?
weather.
I didn't realize why you don't got no Texas hat yet, man. Don't
Man,
they
I
don't
got
they
a
do big
couple
hats
of them
in
over there
Texas?
on the wall.
Oh, okay, okay. We're gonna have to put one on there with the mind your business Ohana come across. Like,
Yeah, yeah, have a little something, have a little Texas, mind your business on Hunter, little logo going on.
they ain't ready for that.
Nah, they not ready for that. The
Yep.
original H Town.
So let me tell you, man. Like I was telling you earlier and everything, um, I've been supporting cultural elegance, right? Karen, the owner of this, fire. All right. It's like I I've been using this. All right. It smells so good. Like a body
Hey,
butter for the men. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is her airline. So cultural elegance. I want y'all to check that out. Right? She do body butters. She got the beard game on lock. Um, Look, I'm not glistening. I ain't putting no oil in like how Steve be doing when he be wanting to make y'all see all the sparkles in his beard and all that stuff when he do that stuff, and then he be having the extra juices and berries in his head and stuff.
Hey, man, we talk
I'm
about the hair,
rocking
man.
I'm rocking a straight scalp. You know what I'm saying? So slick smooth over here while Steve doing all that um that good Indian hair and all that good stuff with the roots and the berries and the juices. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ebony. Our sis, Ebony Joy, she finally got her technical difficulty straightened out, coming on here glowing. Look at that. She got
I
on the
know.
so
she got
Look,
on the shine with the lip and everything. All
looking
right.
like a superstar.
thank you.
Hey, Queens do what Queens do today. Huh? What's
I
up?
see.
Well, thank you, thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I got a little discombobulated with the whole thing with my computer because I'm truly like, what happened to the audio? I've been using it with Zoom and video all day long. So
Been a busy
maybe
day.
I burned out. So, I'm on my phone, so it's a weird angle that's set up with my phone right now. But hey, I'm here. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for coming
Whoa.
to the room.
Yeah.
What's up,
So look,
bro?
we
How y'all
we already
been?
we already let them know this
Yeah.
energy that we bringing today with Mrs. DC Bryson coming through. Look, when I say we here to support Black business and we are going to announce and utilize our people's resources and all the intelligence that we carry, especially in this world of business,
I got my
y'all,
pen and pad ready.
right? Like I said, get your stuff ready because when we bring her
Yeah.
on, we want you guys to ask the questions because you have some specifics that you want to know, but we're also going to ask our own questions of things that we
Mhm.
want to know, obviously, right? Because hey, I love my logo, but can my brand get bigger? Can my brand become more attractive? Absolutely. And it's all about being open to having new input that's going to help you develop and be better in the long run. So that's what we
Yep.
bringing to y'all today. And I'm super excited because let me tell you, if it's one thing that I want to be straight, it is that I want my brand to reflect the energy of the creator, of the owner, of the
Fact.
market, right? Valiant spirits. Y'all see that? Hold up. Let me get the right angles. Right, this energy that comes from this brand is a true reflection of me, right? And not just me, but all the people that I encompass, that I have around me. Because valiant, which means being courageous, right? And then spirits are those people, are you, are the spirits, the faith-based folks, the folks that are striving to achieve and to do things, and you're using the courage behind it. That's where this came from. And that's why my brand logo and my brand motto and my slogan is breathe purposefully.
And that's why my
All right. I need y'all to breathe purposely. You are going to breathe in everything you do. And this is what my brand and my marketing is all about, right? And when I'm teaching firearms, you're going to breathe when you're doing firearms. I want you to know how to inhale, exhale, and know exactly when you want to press that trigger. When you're doing CPR, you're breathing in CPR, right? Obviously, we're here to save lives and everything. So everything that I came up with for my motto, my logo, slogan, and everything is breathe purposely. Because in all things that you do, you have to remember to breathe.
That's my number one thing too. When I'm coaching, like I swear, I feel like I'm like, if I was just new to this thing, I would be looking at me like, what? Why is she like harping so hard on this breathing thing? But I swear that's the number one thing that we talk about when I have my coaching session is breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Types of breathing, but so we have to proper breathe. You know what I mean? Because you can literally
Yeah.
heal yourself with breathing if you know how to, let that air process through your body the right way.
Big
So,
facts. Big facts. So, what's new
and
with y'all this week? What are some things that y'all got on y'all mind about this branding and marketing that y'all want to bring out
well,
into the open?
I'm marketing all the time, like every day, every day, every day. I'm promoting. I'm always pushing stuff. I got so many different things going on. I'm always posting. I'm always networking. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That goes into marketing. And then, the branding part, that's just the different entities that I'm setting up for myself. And man, that's a whole job in itself. You know what I mean? Like, that's all day. All day. You talking about somebody that, well, for the last couple months, I haven't had a 9 to 5. But before that, I had a 9 to 5, and I was trying, working with a 9 to 5, and
Hey,
literally pushing all these different entities that I'm building. And thank God, I believe it was a relief from God that I got fired January 20th.
but you know what though?
Because
In all
was
honesty,
able to really use this time to cultivate each one of them, you know what I mean? And build my
right.
network up and all of that. So,
But in all
branding
honesty,
is
you have
everything.
not you haven't stopped working. You've been working for yourself. You've been putting in more hours and doing things for
I'm
yourself
working it
instead
up.
of
And
instead of you doing the 9 to 5 for somebody else.
and I'm
You
gonna
got
tell you, if you want to work for yourself, but you lazy, think really think about it, because you work more when you working for yourself than you do with a 9 to 5. Because when I tell you I'm up here,
absolutely.
I'm up all times and work,
Mm. What
writing
about you,
stuff.
Steve? I see you over there with that strawberry crush. You know what I'm
yeah, so
saying? I can't drink them
never,
things no more.
I'm not gonna give them free marketing. I will hold the can though, but no, I'm not.
Right, right. You would now see, and that's another thing you got to understand is when is when do you draw the line to free marketing? Because there's
Mm.
a lot of people on Instagram will push you products too. They'll say they'll use the barter system in a sense to say, well, if you pay for the shipping, I'll send you all these different items. You just take pictures with them for me, and that's a part of marketing. You know what
Right.
I mean? They're marketing for that page and that product that they sell.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So that's how they get free, basically free marketing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You
Because
know,
they put you in a position to where you're obviously giving yourself status and influence, right? You're everybody who wants to be seen is gonna want to be seen doing something. So they'll highlight, oh, I'm marketing this particular stuff. I'm not gonna say the name of the common quick outfits and ensembles that a lot of women are going to. and putting it all up on IG and everything like that. But that's literally how they get out there and they spread like wildfire. Because once you get that first person that says, "Oh, look at me wearing this and I'm dope and I look good," you could look good in this stuff too. It's just all about gift the gab and influence. So if you got the right person who has the right look or appearance, they're gonna be a free walking billboard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't do free anymore. Like I mean I do. I do. Let me stop. I do free still sometimes. It depends. Depends
But
on
you're
what we're
selective on who you doing it for.
very
Yeah.
selective. Because I have to know like why am I doing this for free and like what I mean I have to get some type of satisfaction out of it. So if it's even going for like some type of cause, like they're like, can you come do whatever,
Mm.
real quick for this big, this cause or whatever. If it's something I really push, I care about, I totally understand. I'll give my time to it, every once in a while.
Big
But
fact.
but a lot of times these days, you really want to be careful with that. You know what I mean? You want to be careful
Hmm.
with marketing and bartering because you want to know that the other person understands what bartering is.
Right. All right, y'all. So our
Understand.
guest, our guest is in the studio. So are y'all ready for us to bring on the guest? I see we got a couple of eyes that's in here. So I want everybody to get loud and welcome Miss DC Bryson.
Yes, I've been waiting to hear from Miss Bryson.
Okay.
Yes,
Like,
sir. Yes,
How are you?
sir.
Hello,
All
hello.
right, all right, all
Encore,
right.
encore, encore.
how you doing, Miss Bryson?
I am good. It's been a long Sunday, but
Oh, tell me
ready
about
for
it.
the week. Man, ready for
Jersey's
the week.
finest is in the house. What's happening?
I'm
Listen, I'm
actually
patting myself on the back for even still being here on time.
yes. I'm actually from Brooklyn. I only lived in Jersey for about maybe 4 years, but I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from New York.
Get it
Ah,
correct. Get it
even
correct.
even better, because that's how it is in the what they call them, the boroughs of New York, right? Them the real hustlers out there.
Unfortunately, it's too much of us. That's why.
Right, right. That's how I feel
So
down here in Charlotte. So you in Jersey? That's where you're located right now?
Yeah, right now we're in Jersey. 4 years before that, we were in Georgia. So we've been in a lot of different states. We usually have to move because of my husband's job. So yeah.
Yeah. I was just up in Jersey for the first time, what, like a week and a half ago, D? I
Oh,
went
yeah.
to Atlantic City.
oh yeah. You are very far
I
from me.
was,
That's far.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a horror convention movie
Oh, nice.
film festival. It was pretty dope.
Dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So let me ask you my
Mhm.
question to you about. I do a lot of marketing and branding.
Wait, wait, wait,
I've
wait,
been.
wait, 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 wait. We got to get her role. Everybody
Oh
need to know
man,
her
I'm sorry. I was
background.
anxious.
We,
I mean,
I know you anxious, but we got to let everybody know her background. I want her to highlight
I was
all
about to
the
give
the
it away.
blessings
Okay.
that is her.
Okay.
Like this queen is eclectic when it comes to all the
Very
things that
much.
she does. All right. So when I told y'all that it was gonna be somebody coming on here who probably can answer all questions in all areas, this is that
I'm
source.
surprised.
All right. So let's give them a rundown. How long have you been into marketing and branding? What got you started? What is your why and why you're doing your business? And also, primarily, what is your business called?
Okay, so I have two businesses. The one that you guys are referring to is my name, Dana Cannon Bryson Inc. And it's basically an agency that helps new entrepreneurs to start on their business journey and their business ventures. The reason why I started this company is because I really didn't have a choice. I really didn't know what to do at the time. I've been doing this for about 8 years now, 7, 8 years. Before that, previously, I've been working with small businesses in Brooklyn, New York for about 5 to 7 years while I was in grad school and undergrad as my part time job. But I also worked with politicians too. So everything kind of like melts in together when it comes to like my experiences to get me where I am today. But this is definitely what I did not set out to do at all. I have a master's degree in political science with a concentration in international relations. I was working for the governor Governor Cuomo at the time. In his public relations department, I was working at MSNBC, the Morning Joe show. I was working at CBS 60 Minutes. So I really was trying to get into media. I didn't really know whether or not I wanted to be into entrepreneurship, but all of my experiences kind of clicked in when it had to, because I didn't have a choice. My back was against the wall. My husband, he is in sports medicine. He works for the NFL. He works for the Jets right now. So his job has us moving from different states, depending on what team that he's in. At the time we were in Georgia, I had a little baby. His job fluctuates really fast. And I wanted to make money because that's what I'm used to doing. So Georgia was really slow for me, and I was losing my mind. So I decided to come up with something to do. And the only thing that I knew I can do was provide services. My first business before I started Dana Cannon Bryson Inc. was a virtual assistant business before virtual assistant businesses became a thing like it is right now. Yeah, so I tried to do that and tried to connect with entrepreneurs because that's what I was doing in grad school, was supporting an entrepreneur who was building out his business and his brand. And it didn't work. It didn't work. The brand didn't resonate with anybody. I really didn't make any headway in that field. So I went back to the drawing board. I got with a brand strategist, and she was the one who told me that all my experiences together can help businesses and entrepreneurs, but as a brand strategist. So she helped me to understand the field. She was a corporate brand strategist. She used to work for big nonprofits, and she's the one who really got me inside of this market.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, everybody got a testimony, right?
Yeah.
Mm. But look at
So,
that though. So your mompreneurship, right? You
Yes.
found your purpose out of everything that you have already been doing. You found your purpose and you turned it into the business of today. And throughout the 8 years, your roller coaster of your ride to get to where you are now. And now, I mean, look at you now. Look,
Yeah, I mean, I really had to do a lot of learning. I had to delve in. I started, I went on YouTube University. I went into LinkedIn before it was LinkedIn Learning, when it was just lynda.com. I took a lot of classes. So I started to build on all my tech skills. So first I started learning design, learning Adobe, learning social media, learning email marketing, learning it before it's so funny that everything I invested in at the time is so necessary right now. And I really didn't even know, but I was just developing skills while I was in Georgia and connecting and then working with people and testing it out. Like if you saw the branding that I did like 7-8 years ago to what I can do today, definitely the grace of time has helped me fine tune a lot of my skills and sharpening it with working with like politicians, other business owners, and other entrepreneurs over time. So it's not like I woke up one morning and I just thought I was, oh yeah, I'm dope and I'm going to help this entrepreneur and it's going to make $1 million. It definitely has been a journey to get to the place that I am right now. And
big fact.
yeah.
Well, we want to say thank you
I
because
wanted to
you going
know.
through your journey got us here with you today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me the platform.
Well, if D don't mind, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, because I've been looking at your page, and I'm a mom too, as well as professional, as well as busy. So, from for all the other mothers around, what is it like? What's the secret that you had to be able to juggle what you do, because you have children, not
Yes.
just one, and plus you have a husband. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Which I'm sure he demands some of your time as well. So,
Eh.
like, how did you figure that out? How did you figure that balance? And I don't know. I think I saw something on your page where you have something about a balancing act or something. So how
Oh
did you?
yes. Yeah. So I do have a lot. I have a nonprofit where I teach children entrepreneurship education, and we put on like a pitch competition for them. I have that, and that one is sponsored by the Jets. It's sponsored by Geico, and it's sponsored by Starbucks. So that one is like, but I only run that program 3 times a year. And then I also have my podcast that I launched recently, and then I have a brand for my children, which is Mommy and Tintin, where we have children's books about our journey or my journey with my daughter and becoming a mother. I decided
Wow.
to turn it into a children's book. So it has like 2 books in one coloring book. So I do have a lot of different businesses. I brand my own businesses, but I help businesses brand their businesses as my business as well. So it's weird.
So
Let's go ahead and do this round of
so the
applause.
strategy that you use for your own business is the same strategy that you use for other businesses that you help out.
Oh yeah,
Makes sense?
absolutely, 100%. Because the nucleus of all my businesses is to teach people how to become entrepreneurship. So if I focus on the core of what my businesses actually do and the mission of it, I can turn it into a children's book. I can teach children how to do it, but I can also help adults because I don't really change the core of what I do. I still
Okay.
build entrepreneurs. It's just different age brackets, so you just do it differently.
So you right. It's just
Message.
the way
Yeah.
you did it. You're right. I love it. Brilliant queen.
Message.
Oh,
I'm
that.
telling y'all, listen, I told y'all. Like I heard this woman speak, and when I heard her speak, I immediately reached out to her because we were in this class together. And I'm telling you, it was just something about her that said, "Oh, I need to link up with you. Like
Yeah.
you are somebody I need to have in my circle and everything because
No.
listen to her talk. Like, look at everything that she's doing, all in the compasses of one thing. But she kept her core message and her core value of what she's doing it for, and how she's going to utilize her primary focus of her own business and how it's going to help other business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all don't understand what this podcast is about or what we doing right here, this is a prime example of why you need to be on here, tuning in, asking the questions, chat it up. I'm telling y'all, this is straight fire. I wish I had the sound effects so we can hit the fire button, the ding, 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 ding,
Yes.
all that good stuff. Cause she just dropping gems.
I mean, you know what? It makes it easier because I am a mom. And I think people can sometimes, we try to think of too many things, but they're so different in identity. It becomes
Mm,
harder because you got to change who you are in each atmosphere and how you present yourself. But
Right.
it makes it easy, especially for a mom. You know, I have 2 little kids. My son is 2, my daughter is 7. Yeah, so it's like I can't decide that I'm going to be a political strategist in one business and then decide to talk about entrepreneurship. They do intersect, but it's too complicated for my life. So it's easier for me to build everything from the same foundation into
Right.
different branches rather than trying to recreate the wheel in different spaces.
I feel you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
makes
think that's
sense.
the key thing also. Like you pinpointing the exact area of how you can get to your balance point and still be able to do what you want to do, but maintain what's also important to you with the home life and everything. Like that's huge right there.
That's that
Everybody should.
balance. Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
podcast. That's the podcast, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
The balance.
Yes, balancing that. Yes, yes.
I'm gonna check that out because I was like, I plan on, one day laying out my template on that too because it's something else to
Mhm.
figure out. You know what I mean? And then you have to figure out how to go around life with it, how to please everybody and how to
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure.
Mm,
do that. See,
Huh?
I can't do that. I can't please everybody. Like
not
that
at all.
that has drowned in me for years, at least for 5 years. I think I'm just getting into the space where it's like I can't please everybody. Like this is what I can do. This is what I can't do. I have to set my boundaries strong because I was going through a mental health crisis in like year 5. And in year
Mm,
5, my body, like, I started getting breakouts. Like, I was getting like these rashes in my scalp. I had to go to the dermatologist. I was getting so many little health ailments, and they all kept on saying it's stress induced, it's stress induced, it's stress
Mhm,
induced.
mhm.
Okay. And it's stress induced because I'm stretching myself too thin. And sometimes you can stretch yourself too thin for your own clients.
mm,
There has to be a boundary where you're like, look, this is the services that I provide. Anything outside of that scope is either you have to go to another specialist or you have to pay more. Like, or you have
Right.
to be able to afford it because right now, people don't see that. They don't see that entrepreneurs are stretching themselves extremely thin in a marketplace that's extremely volatile.
right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's already
Yeah.
and so it's hard. It's hard, but we have to set those boundaries because if we try to please everybody, we're gonna hurt
Yeah.
ourselves.
We
And
were
I
just
think that's
talking about
hard
that.
because I think a lot of people are of I don't want to say afraid, but I think a lot of businesses have come through a pandemic and are just kind of skeptical about, the way they do business now. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't turn or lose more business, lose clients. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
But
that's a
the
thin line
clients
right
that you
there.
lose
Taking care of
are
yourself.
the clients that you lose are actually clients that you really don't want to work with anyway. If they're going to be
Exactly.
stressing you, it goes back to the book. What the heck is EOS? Entrepreneur Operating System, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have, let's just say, a mom and pop hot dog shop, you're not going to go there and ask for fried chicken or something. No, you're gonna go there. You're gonna ask for a hot dog. Now, since the pandemic, yes, businesses are more skeptical, but still, nevertheless, the demographics doesn't change. You
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that you're working with clients that's going to be favorable to what you're doing.
Hmm.
If you're trying to stress yourself out to please Billy Joe over there, knowing that you don't do financial consulting, but you do this type of consulting. You're trying to now either you got to outsource it. I got to call Demario or somebody and say, hey, Demario got this client. So now you got to be able to make money off of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, I get what you're saying, Ebony, but I've been doing this entrepreneur game for a long time. The business is gonna be there. It's gonna be there for it, regardless. If anything, the pandemic made more people realize that they can be
Mm.
entrepreneurs, and that's the truth of the matter. The
Yeah, it
demographics is going to be the same as long as you in marketing, as long as you know what demographics to go out. When you
right.
initially starting up and you know that you offering and you selling um used cars that's old school Cadillacs and stuff, you're not going to a upscale neighborhood to try to sell used Cadillacs that's 1989, 1990s. You want to psychologically, let's just be honest, you want to go and set up into a lower to middle class neighborhood where they may be more susceptible to want to get older Cadillacs, throw some rims on it, and so forth and so on. It's
Yeah.
it's no emotions when it comes to business. If you're an emotional business owner, you're gonna fail because you can't please everyone, and you're gonna step on some toes.
Right. It goes back to like how we were talking about during our weekly discussions and stuff. I refuse to give more of me than what I can actually handle myself. So when I need to take those breaks, when I need to step away and stuff, I won't hold a class. I won't teach firearms. And during the pandemic and after the pandemic, man, the firearms industry is probably like the number one selling marketing business hands down. Everybody wanted to learn how to get a gun, how to shoot the gun, and how to be able to protect themselves because they felt like it was a zombie apocalypse was happening and they wanted to get ready for it. I'm not gonna say I capitalized on it, but I did not falter in my business when it came to the fact that people wanted to learn firearms. And surprisingly, it went from more people wanting to learn CPR to people wanting to know firearms training. But to me, you need to know both. You need to know first aid as well as the firearms in your life and stuff. Because if you accidentally hurt yourself or someone else, you need to know how to render aid to the person or yourself. So, but absolutely. So, Ebony, I know you got your list of questions, so
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
we're gonna go
Go
ahead
ahead,
and
Okay.
let
get it,
you
brother
run them
King
King.
girl
down.
over there.
Okay.
I'm
King letting
ready,
the queen
teacher.
speak. King letting the queen speak. Okay, here we go. I ain't gonna act up on y'all today though. Oh, so let me just go back to what Steve was saying. I hear you, Steve. Steve makes very good, valid points. I wasn't saying me in particular or everyone as a whole. I was just saying because the pandemic happened, businesses that were thriving, a lot of them have sunk already or closed down. So businesses that were before the pandemic, there are some that have been shaken through the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic would consider emotional or or whatever you call it emotional, but would consider more so their customers and what their customers want more so than just cutting them off right away as they would normally do, just so they can keep them until, like you saw, they did the layoffs and things like that, which is all part of their controlling the numbers and things. But all I'm saying is the pandemic did affect some businesses when it came to that. And so
Yeah.
That's something that some businesses have to go through, and some businesses are not. Some businesses, like you said, some have been created. Like I created a business
You,
in the
you know,
pandemic, and
me,
so
me,
coming
me
out,
and my
are
wife,
able
we had a
to
discussion about
do more to
that.
that.
We had a discussion about that. A lot of companies that failed during the pandemic, that's because they wasn't running their company right. They
Right,
wasn't. You wasn't. They basically all the profits, basically all their let's say their gross profits that they was receiving selling movie tickets. Let's use movie theaters. Whoever owned that movie theater, he wasn't putting profits back into it. He was taking that 15, 20, $30,000 and using it to buy his house, his cars, and so forth. Instead of still driving that Honda and putting majority of that money back into the business for at least a good 5 to 10 years. So that way you're growing the equity in the business. So
Hmm.
so instead of just taking all the profits out from the get go, you wait pulley one step at a time. You wait a little, you wait a couple of years. So now that 10,000 extra you put it back into your movie theater month after month after month. First year is 120,000. By 10 years, you're looking at 1.2 million that you have waited patiently, but now that business got this 1.2 million. So now you can start drawing from the equity of the business. It don't matter if the business make 10,000 the next month or the business make 100,000 next month, because you're not pulling from that money that's coming in. You're pulling that from that money that's already into your assets, which is bank account, or better yet, you're buying assets, long-term assets like property, land, things like that. So when the pandemic happened, you could have liquidated them assets, and be able to still thrive as a company.
Assets
Well,
over
I mean
liability.
that
Well,
makes sense. So, what did you say, Miss Bryson? Being in the
Well, I would say that certain markets just became dinosaurs in the pandemic. We don't need them anymore because the future is revitalizing how we look at the world in general. So if you had a business in a type of market that is becoming outdated, something similar to the movie theater, like HBO is showing the movies. Before there were just the movie theaters. Now the movie theaters have to compete with the networks because the networks had to become smarter in what they were providing because they wanted more people. They have to compete with apps. So
right,
what's happening is the industries are starting to develop and they're starting to move into another paradigm. And whenever you're moving into another paradigm, there's going to be some businesses that's not going to make it. It's impossible. Like it's
Hmm.
not going to happen. So it's like when electric cars start to hit the marketplace the way we need it to hit the marketplace, the car companies are going to take it. The manufacturing companies are going to take a hit. That creates gas cars. It's just the evolution of time and technology that we have to deal with, which is why it's really important for all businesses to become technologically savvy because eventually you're going to be replaced by a machine.
Hmm.
The
okay,
market has changed. The market has changed. So if the market is changing, then what really is important is person to person interaction because machines can't do that.
right,
And
Right.
so the mental health industry and even really looking inside of the industries that are necessary. I talk about that when I talk career development in CUNY, the City University in New York. You have to look at the markets where it's more person to person, where people need help. So mental health, inspirational speakers,
right,
life coaches, they're becoming they're becoming very necessary inside of the marketplace, and these are places where people didn't really want to go or feel it was necessary, but some did invest. And now
Yeah.
even out here, there's a big surge in gun violence in the tri-state area that we have never seen before as a trickle effect due to the pandemic. So because of that, a lot of industries, psychiatrists or psychologists now, they are booked. You can't get
right.
an appointment with someone. So now these life coaches are all of
Life
a sudden
coaches, yeah,
becoming essential. So it depends on what's really happening inside of the marketplace and how you are constantly evolving your business as the times change. You have to evolve with the times. That's how iPhones, computers, the
right,
internet. We're not in person. We're not in the studio. We're in all different places right now, but we're
Yeah.
all able to interface and share information. This is the future. How do we make sure that our businesses are just as flexible to grow with time?
Right.
So,
I
so
agree.
basically, what you're saying is make sure you have a flexibility and you're
Mm-hmm.
able to evolve.
And you're paying attention to the market
Adapt.
and paying it and adapt. Yes, that's the best word. And you're paying attention to what's actually happening inside of the marketplace. A lot of times, especially mom and pops, we love them so much, but they are not paying attention to what's happening in the marketplace because they're so submerged inside of their communities. But when the
Right.
community demographics start to change because of gentrification, they're the
Mm-hmm.
ones that's constantly getting the shitty end of the stick because
That's
they
so
didn't
true.
Mm.
keep up with time.
That makes so much. That's true. Okay, so that makes so much sense. Because it's like, why don't the store ever do anything new? Why do they never do no marketing? No, nothing's new. Everything's dusty. You know what I mean?
But not even like recently, I started taking on corporations who aren't on a digital space at all. So you have corporations in Midtown Manhattan that's not on social media. They're not doing any email marketing. They're still putting up these huge billboards and spending $24,000 to be by a highway that has 1.2 whatever million travelers a day. But they don't understand that they can talk directly to their consumer. But it's very hard for even these multi-million-dollar companies to even want to go into the digital space because they don't feel like they need it, but they're losing to now these small companies that's hitting the digital space by storm. I'm talking about shipping industries, like door to door, like car companies, like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
even Uber has
Carvana and all them.
competitors. Yeah, I have clients who start, all they do is when they get money, they buy a fleet of cars, they'll buy like 5 cars. There'll be an Escalade, Expedition, any car that somebody wants, and now they're providing car service. Guess what? Uber has many competitors that they're not paying attention to, or they are, because this is what's
Um,
happening. Now they're getting competitors. Yeah, so we just have to be very adaptable. But major corporations, they're not the wave anymore. Small businesses is the wave because they don't
okay.
want to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, what would you tell a small business owner that just started like their business just like within a year? How can they get a good start on cultivating what they have and making it grow, getting it positioned so that it can actually grow through branding and marketing?
I think that small businesses today really need to understand their audience because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of them aren't taking the time to really get to know what their audience is or what their potential client is suffering from. If you do not know what your potential client is suffering from, you cannot help them. Therefore, you cannot create a product that they need. And a lot
Gotcha.
of time we're not doing the foundational stuff that we need to do so that we can thrive later on. The technology part, we're going to be able to get onto it because there's tons of programs, there's tons of resources that's teaching us about the algorithms that's changing, about the different places to get into, about how to market. Some people don't even know that email marketing is 70% more effective than Instagram marketing, but we're staying on Instagram.
Right.
Right. I heard that
You're right.
Pinterest is actually more profitable than Instagram.
Pinterest is definitely profitable and more profitable for women for sure. Women dominate Pinterest
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
I have no clue how, like, I tried to go on the Pinterest, but I don't, it looks like a layout to me. I don't know how to use it unless I.
You
So
can
that's
take a picture. To the picture, you're attaching a blog. It's sharing day to day. Like for example, on in Pinterest, I don't do a photo shoot without going on Pinterest first and creating a mood board. And then
mm,
it's thousands of women. That's where we get our inspiration from. So
hmm
how do we want to curate our content? How do we want our layouts to look? We all go to Pinterest. How do we want our daughter's hair to look? We all go to Pinterest. How do we want, like, what's new desserts that's coming out? We go to Pinterest. How do we want our rooms to be designed? We go to Pinterest and we create these mood boards and we save them. But what we don't know is when we create the mood boards, a lot of furniture that I have in my house, I bought from Pinterest because I'll click on a link and I'll say, oh, Wayfair has it. Okay. And now I'm going to buy it because
Right.
Wayfair knows that I'm there looking for design, room designs.
hmm
So you really have to understand because I don't have time to try to figure that out. And I'm not someone who knows how to design a room because that's not my niche. So Pinterest is a resource. So if you have something on Pinterest that you could provide that could be a resource for somebody, then Pinterest is the way to go. But not every email platform is for every business.
Gotcha.
True.
So you have to understand the platform, and then you got to understand the audiences that's using the platforms. Like for me, I have a children's book. Facebook is a family friendly platform. If I want to sell my children's book, I'm probably going to do better on Facebook than I'm going to do on Instagram.
Right.
Right.
I
Because
agree with that.
the different generations are more susceptible to each one of the major platforms, right? So I guess Generation Z and like the tail end of millennials are all on Instagram. Like that's their primary, and then that and Snapchat. But everybody else who are like the older crowd, like the early millennial, and who were probably raised by baby boomers and stuff like me,
Like
you know,
me.
my my grandma, my grandma and great grandma, the folks that raised me and everything, I was
Mhm.
taught get out there and go out there and wash somebody's car and get your money, or go out there and cut
More
somebody's
long.
grass. I wasn't, they weren't telling me nothing about going on no computer. They were happy that I knew how to set the VCR,
Right.
the time on the VCR, but they weren't saying, "Hey, you need to get into that technology because that's where the money gonna be at."
Right, right. I mean, it just depends, and I think like LinkedIn is a professional network. I do very well on LinkedIn. My business does extremely well on LinkedIn. All these executives that want to become entrepreneurs
Okay.
or students,
Mhm.
they are on LinkedIn. I start to post on LinkedIn. I get a lot of traction on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Facebook, that's not my platform of choice, but I need to run my ads.
Right. Right.
Well, I need to understand Facebook to be able to run my ads through Facebook and Instagram because Facebook acquired Instagram. So it's
Mm,
like the language that you're using on each platform starts to change. Professional networks, family and friendly, millennials. I don't know anything about Snapchat, but my daughter can tell you about Snapchat. She's
right.
you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's just different. And then you have TikTok that I'm just so sick and tired of all these different social media platforms. You just have to be very sure and intentional about what you want to use because there's going to be so many. We just during the
Mhm.
pandemic we had what was the one where we went on and we can talk in rooms? I
Fan
forgot
base.
Clubhouse.
Oh,
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. But there's fan base too. Yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Clubhouse was only limiting themselves to Apple products because they
yes,
hadn't opened it up to Android yet. So
yeah.
they had a capital market with straight Apple. So they actually supported Apple because Apple rose in revenue because
Hmm.
people wanted to be a part of Clubhouse.
I
and that was
hated
the marketing
Clubhouse.
choice.
By the time we got to Clubhouse, I was overwhelmed because I'm so overwhelmed by so many different platforms. And
Yeah.
it's
It's a lot.
so saturated that you're not even sure if these platforms is going to work. So what I typically tell my clients is that what you want to do is you want to go inside of these platforms, you want to pull people out and put them into a funnel. Get their email and have them inside of a funnel, and then you can market to them directly. Because
Mhm.
Hmm.
trying to compete with these algorithms that's happening in the tech space, you're going to have to stay on top of all these platforms. And I don't have the bandwidth or the time to be able to do that. So I pull in my email addresses and I'll just email you. I'll sell to you in your email. That's fine for the
Right.
most.
You know, that sounds like that would save me so many phones. Like that right there, it kills my phones. Just always going from app to app to app to app
Yes.
all day, all day. But you know, if we could have one app, one place, one hub where it could just hit all of them at one time, that'd be
Well,
heaven to
you
me.
you can post, you can do that. You can have an app where you can post to all your social media platforms at one time. I use Hootsuite. Hootsuite is about $59 a month, and there's another one that's a little bit cheaper called Planoly. So you can literally plan out your whole entire.
I got both of those.
Yeah, so you plan out your
Oh,
monthly social media content, and you just
okay,
have a little post, and you don't have to go on. The only thing you have to go on to do is engage.
gotcha.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Well,
Yes.
I think that at this point we have had so much of your time. I really appreciate it. But what I want. This is what I want is for my two brothers to ask you one more quick question, and then you just give us your information, how we can find you, what you have coming up, and then we'll let you enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, I got my question.
Mhm.
What are the pros and cons of utilizing a brand strategist as opposed to trying to do it all yourself when it comes to marketing and putting content out?
I mean, time, first of all. I think one thing a brand strategist can give you is clarity, confidence, and a strategy that you can implement right away rather than you really trying to test the waters yourself and trying to figure it out. Obviously, testing the waters is fine, just like in real estate. Like my husband and I, we're in real estate right now, so we're just jumping in. We don't really have a coach per se, and we are learning a lot of things along the way. However, if we had somebody to guide us, it would mitigate us going through a lot of this trials and tribulations because we would already know what to look for. So a brand strategist is going to help you specifically understand and know your target audience. That is something that they're gonna try to drill into you, and they're gonna help you do something called niching down, meaning that they want you to not only look at we teach something called the iceberg method, where you look at the top of the iceberg where you see things and it's the obvious things, but really you need to focus on the things that you don't see. What are people really struggling with, and how can your product or your service provide that to them, and you can be profitable because of that, because you're giving them what they need versus trying to figure out and throw the darts at the wall and you don't really know.
Right.
Yeah, so a brand strategist is definitely going to help you that. They're going to help you with your communication, and it's going to help you build confidence, because you're going to learn how to market your business better when you understand and have clarity in what your product or your service actually is.
So coming back to it, y'all, it's okay to invest in your business by successfully investing in the people that's going to help your business thrive. Like, unless you automatically already have a team where everybody on your team does specific things and all that stuff, and you know that they're going to be able to do it, invest into the things of your business that's going to make it go. And investing into a brand strategist, someone with the marketing, is absolutely worth the investment, because you basically tell your vision, and then they tell you how wide and how far or how high your vision can go with a clear cut direction, so that you don't go all over the place and doing everything else but what will help your business be successful. So take that note down. What you got, Stevie?
If you can give entrepreneurs one word of advice, what would it be?
Dive in. Is that one word?
That's two.
Compound word. It can be a compound word.
Dive in. That's the only way you're going to know what you don't know. This is all a field where we just don't know, unless you were raised by an entrepreneur. And even if you were, my older brother, he's 9 years older than me. He raised me. He is a serial entrepreneur, and he could not have prepared me for my own journey. But watching his success gave me the confidence to believe that this can work. But you never know if it's going to work if you don't take the first step. You have to jump in, because this is just a field where you don't know what you don't know. It's a rabbit hole. You're going to learn along the way, but you can be way more successful. And I'm not speaking against people who have jobs. There's nothing wrong with security, but there's a leap that happens in entrepreneurship that doesn't happen when you work a 9 to 5.
That's a fact.
Yes, that's facts. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Huge. Man, I love your energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Listen, y'all, DC Bryson in the house. All right. Y'all check her out at Mrs. MRS.DC Bryson. That is BRYSON.
I think she can do it best. Miss Bryson, I don't mean can you let us know where we gonna find you? Because you have plenty of platforms and arenas. So
tell her all your handles. Let them know it all then.
Well, my main handle on Instagram is at Mrs. MRS.DC Bryson, just like he said. And my website is www.dbryson.com. You can check me out. You can also go on Google and you can just put in Dana Cannon Bryson, and you'll literally find articles, information. All my handles will pop up. So I'm very easy to find, and I'm happy to help anybody with any of their business questions.
Okay.
I know where I'm going.
We got some questions in the chat, and in my chat over here. So if all your questions, go on over to her page and ask and direct those questions to her. Those are really good questions. They want to know about directions and being an entrepreneur. So
yes.
You about to be flooded tonight. But she ain't gonna get to y'all tonight. She finna go to bed as it is.
Listen, y'all can book a consult appointment. All right.
Yes, yes, free
Right.
consultation, and I really appreciate you guys having me on the platform. You guys are amazing,
Oh,
amazing.
absolutely. We
Love
Thank
true to
you.
the word. I said I was gonna get you on the show once
it.
we got going. I told you what we was about, and I meant it. We true to the
Hey,
word over here.
Mario, I think she was still talking. Let the sister talk. Come
Oh,
on.
Well, she's
I saw her lips still moving.
Oh, Hannah.
no, I appreciate.
Calm down, fellas.
I appreciate all of you guys. Definitely a good time. Always welcome to come back again and have this discussion. And yeah,
I love it. Thank you so much. Listen, she like what happened? So she knows that we siblings from Hawaii. So you
yeah.
gonna get a couple moments where that little moment.
hey.
So I love y'all.
All right, thank you, love.
See you
Appreciate
guys
you.
soon.
All right.
So
Yeah.
y'all were awesome. And I'll just real quick because I came in late. I'm sorry about my technical issues that I was having. If I was a techie, I would have not had it at all. But hey, I worked through it. We made it happen. But I'm Ebony Joy, and you can follow me on right there. You see my tag. I am Ebony Joy, and I'm the sister that they probably talked mess about while I was missing. But it's
We
all
ain't
good.
say nothing negative.
It's
We
all
just
good. Right?
we
We just said it in our head.
explained
It was in
that
our
our
head.
sister had some things that she
Look,
had to
see
deal with, and
that
she
one.
gonna
So
join
that
with us
one.
in a moment. You know what I'm saying? We ain't say nothing bad.
Well,
But
I'm an
hey,
acting coach. I just want you guys to know who's new to the show tonight that I am an acting coach. I am a producer and a director. We're working on films and movies with Amethyst on Fire TV Productions, and we also have funding programs for all of you entrepreneurs and all of you filmmakers who are looking for funding for your startup or for your production fee. So please contact me, get in contact with me so that I can forward you to the correct people. You can get your stuff off the ground. Hey, let's go.
hey, y'all need to start working the production for a little skit series about us from Ohana. You know what I'm saying? Bring the Ohana from the
You know
islands and
what? That would
everything.
be
That
dope.
would be a dope idea right there.
In cartoon though. I like the
In
cartoon.
cartoon, yes, in
Yeah,
cartoon. The animated series of Mind Your Business.
it's always animated. You say animated like there's like a different version. It's always animated. Y'all.
Not anime,
And to
animated.
animate it, I said it's always animated with y'all.
No,
Hey, them
but there's a
eyebrows are
difference.
looking on point, Ebony. Them eyebrows,
Come
yeah,
on
look at
now,
you.
cut it out. What you want? You must want some what?
Need
I
your
ain't got
mind
I
good.
ain't got no money for you.
Well, while you up there got to get yours done, this is
Thank
all
you.
natural. You know what I'm saying? This is
Oh Lord, that's
purebred
why
art
it's
right
so
there. You know
thin.
what I'm saying? It's all right. Ain't no
There
pen
y'all
or
go.
nothing come over
Oh,
here.
Britt in the chat talking about there y'all go.
Hey, Brent, what you think of the hat, man?
Look,
You
I
know,
feel
you
like
inspired some things out here, bro. I got a photo shoot. You
man,
know, it is my
Britt
birthday week.
inspired you today.
It is my birthday week. You know what I'm saying? I don't
I
celebrate my
know.
birthday, but I am going to capture the memories and everything. So I'm giving myself a little photo shoot this week, some different looks. So y'all stay tuned, follow the
You
page and
doing
everything.
a
You see
self portrait?
I am doing my own portraits, yeah. So
Oh Lord.
yeah.
Ooh, let's
It's a
go.
great challenge and everything because a part of it because I told you guys I'm already starting the development of my idea, right? And I am going to have the first Black Poetic magazine, and I'm gonna obviously use my pictures and do my poetry to that and stuff like that. So that's how it's going down.
Why you telling? Oh, because you already copyrighted. You got it
I
again.
already dropped the info, so it's all right. So
Okay, cool.
I'm
That's
excited about
good.
this. What's Steve
That's
jump
what's
off to? Well, he trying to hurry
Yeah,
up and get
you know,
off.
he be having issues. Yeah, I had the technical issues at the front end. He having it at the back end.
He came back now.
There I go.
Oh, he
There I go.
might as well
he,
stay
he getting
on.
all excited, like he trying to cut the screen and stuff. Like, okay.
Well, I was
Yeah,
But
trying to look
listen,
at the
y'all.
comment.
Listen. So my birthday wish, right? On our next viewing, I want 50, I want 100, I want 200 people online. I want you guys to spread the word like wildfire. Let that be the birthday gift that y'all give to
200.
me. 250 plus 500. I
I
want.
want 1,000.
I.
I was
It
gonna say
ain't your
I'm a rank.
birthday.
I
I,
mean,
I'm
I was
trying to be
gonna rank
realistic.
too.
All right, how about this? How about we take my age and we multiply that by all the friends in your life, and then you go ahead and bring all those people on, right? So I'm turning 36. So you multiply all your friends. So if you're on Facebook and you got 1,000, 3,000 friends, you need to make sure that all 3,000 of those friends times the 36 get onto this podcast, this show, whether they go
Hey,
on
we gonna
YouTube,
make it
whether they on
happen.
Facebook or whatever. Bring the energy
We
because
gonna make it happen.
our next show is going to continue on with this fire and this energy, I assure you. We have already mapped it out. We already got it. The ideas rolling. I'm excited. Steve, what you got,
Hey,
man? How you gonna close this out? Oh, wait, we ain't dropped the nuggets of the day, the nuggets of the week, the gems.
what
Ebony.
gems? I thought she dropped all of them.
Oh no. You
We
you
gotta
got some
drop
gems
our
up in
own.
you, you know what I'm saying? What
Let
is
the
the
lady of
gem?
the house go first.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Steve-O. Go ahead, King.
All right, Steve. All right, Ebony, we gonna hold you. You gonna go first next week.
All right. My nugget of the week. Strive for the top because the bottom is already too full.
You gonna keep saying that same thing? You've been saying that for the past 4 shows.
Dog. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Now you.
My
Yeah.
turn.
I got you. I got you. Evil deeds come from evil people. Great things, great things, good things come from great people. Evil deeds come from evil people. Great things come from good people. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, my turn.
All right.
Y'all some haters.
We're
It's all good.
gonna
It's
have to
all
let that
good.
settle. It's gonna have to settle down in the back
I
of the
got. I
brain.
got. I honestly got to meditate on that.
It's gonna come to me in the morning.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, think about
So,
it.
so this hit me when the Queen was online. Miss Bryson was talking, and I didn't want to interrupt her and say it, but be ready. You ain't got to get ready.
If you be ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I
Hands
like it.
down.
I like it. I like it.
Be
Hey.
Okay.
ready. You ain't gotta get ready.
Meet
Cause
ready too.
she said that she had did the training, the courses, the certifications, and everything years before it was even needed. Just because
Right.
she felt like she needed to do it. And then
Right.
now everybody need it and she already ready. She got everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. So my gem is. Mm, it was actually a 2-part. First part, you have to know where you want to go. You have to see your vision, right? And even though you see your vision where you want to go, it does not mean that you have to go there alone. It's okay to ask and have other people come in and help you. So you have your business, you have you can be the visionary, right?
Yeah.
You can be the person to take the first step to get it going, but you can't be afraid to allow for the right people to come in and help you to achieve what you got going on.
That's a true fact. That's a hard thing too with it to be a business owner though. It was
It
hard for me
is.
to let go of a couple of my products to get people to help out with it. Cause you just
It
don't
is.
know.
All right, so folks, if you guys, as always, as we already told you, if you have questions, if you have ideas, if you have a topic that you want us to talk about and discuss, go ahead and hit us up in the email, mybo.podcast@gmail.com. All right. We need y'all to hear us. We
And
will
then also,
research.
before we get out of here, I wanna tap into the chat real quick if y'all don't
Okay.
mind. We got a
Yeah.
couple things we heard. Latanya, I'm gonna listen. So she said, "What if you don't know?" So this is what she's gonna have to go to Ms. Bryson about. But she wanted to know, what if you don't know what direction to go in to become an entrepreneur? You know what I mean? Just to even get started. So
Oh.
That's gonna go to Miss Bryson. Thank
Yeah.
you. She says she thank you and she learned a lot. You welcome, love. And Donnell Floyd said, who's that? No. Who? Oh, no said this. Or Donnell, he tagged Donnell Floyd. When it goes off, start from the beginning. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sorry. Oh, you telling Donnell because Donnell in here. Donnell tapping in. They said, what's the topic? Okay, well, go back to the beginning of the show. It's on playback. Make sure you subscribe and you like and then you share it. And you'll
Is he
see exactly.
asking? Is he asking what the topic is for today, or what the topic is for next week?
I'm not sure. The topic
Oh,
today was branding and marketing.
okay.
Branding strategist. Yep.
Yo, I like. Let me read this. Brent says successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people won't. I like that, Jim. That's what I'm talking about, King.
Mm-hmm.
You
My
absolutely
dude.
right. Because
That's
we
his job.
absolutely will go in and do what we got to do.
Yep. He said he wants to help y'all get 1,000 people live. Who else is gonna help us get 1,000 people live? Yo,
Hey,
let's do
come on.
it.
Hey,
Let's
how
That's
do
what
about
I'm talking
it.
this?
about.
Make a post about
Even
that.
if they can't make it on the live, make sure they like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that they can constantly tune in. Help us reach our goals. Let's make 1,000 a week. I think
Sounds
that's
good.
That would be
achievable.
dope. Why not? Why not?
Why
We
not?
know that many people.
1,000 a week.
So
Hey, if you become that 1,000 person by next week, and I'm
he
gonna
gonna
look at
give you $1,000.
whoa, pause, pause. What we're not gonna do is tell no lie. You will get something though. However, you will get something because the Mind Your Business on Honda merch is already in progress. So we will hook you up. You become that 1,000th person, and you may be getting something special. I'm gonna need your address and email, all that stuff, and you can put that into the mybo.podcast@gmail.com, and I'm gonna hook you up because we have some merch that's in the
Oh,
works right now. So
Oh,
that's what's up.
hey, ain't nothing like being able to get
Like
free
getting free
stuff,
stuff
right?
today. Let's go.
Because
All
I
right,
awesome,
y'all.
awesome.
Listen, we done been on here for an hour. We done gave out so many gems to where I feel like I need to go and pick up some more to give out.
hey,
So
we gotta go grind. Let's get them ducats.
let's go.
All
Y'all better
right,
come
y'all.
tune in for next week. I know that much.
Awesome,
Absolutely.
awesome.
All right, mahalo. Deuces.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.